This week is all about sales. I'm running two sales trainings for two different clients, and I'm coaching my group and individual clients on sales. So I thought there wouldn't be a better topic for Diamond Effect Podcast episode 210 than sales. And today I want to talk about 10 things that you must know, adopt, and almost integrate about sales into your business in order to grow and scale. Some of those things will be mindset, some of them are more psychology, process, but without those 10 things, you will not be able to 10x your business. So let's get started. One, if you are still in the mindset of, I'm not in the business of selling, I'm here to help my clients, I'm not a salesperson, I'm a helper, I am against sales, you have to ditch that mindset. Every time I hear business owners, new and more established, say that, all it tells me is that they have limited beliefs about sales, or they have beliefs that are not true and don't serve them. And instead of overcoming those beliefs and adapting something that does serve them, they're just justifying them by telling themselves they're not into sales, they're not salespeople. Business is about sales. Without sales, you have no clients. Without clients, you don't have business. And as long as you're in business, you will be doing sales. Now, that does not mean thinking of sales or yourself, a salesperson, and equating that with the sleazy car salesperson who's trying to get you to buy something you don't want or you don't need or something broken doesn't serve you. Truly, sales is about helping. It's about helping your ideal client who already has a need or desire to fulfill that need and desire, to overcome challenges that they have with whatever you offer, with whatever service you offer. So it's not convincing somebody who doesn't want what you offer. It's about showing somebody who wants what you offer how your service is the best solution for them. It's truly helping them to make the best decision for themselves. So instead of thinking of yourself that you are not a salesperson and you're not into selling, change the way how you think about sales and start loving that, because through sales, you're actually helping your best client get what they want. Two, if you are not incorporating sales content into your online marketing strategy, organic content, whatever you do out there, email, social media, you're not only leaving money on the table, but you're actually helping your competition get clients that you nurtured and attracted as your audience. It's just when they have a need and want, and you're not telling them that you can help them, they're going somewhere else to get it. So, what is sales content for online and digital marketing? It's educating your clients on how you can help them through whatever services you offer and through the offers you have. It's about helping them to make a decision by answering their questions, addressing their uncertainties or objections. It's about showcasing case study, client stories, testimonials to show that you can help people like them and how you can help them. I have clients who came to me with large online audiences, way larger than mine, who are really good at marketing and creating great content and attracted high number of people, is building the community. And yet the people that were in their community weren't buying from them. And it's not because those people didn't want to, but because my clients weren't incorporating sales content into their overall visibility online. When we started doing it and we incorporated that in their strategy, not only they started making way more money, but also they served people who already loved them and really wanted to work with them. They just didn't know how. You're working too hard to be sending great clients to your competitions just because you don't have sales content included in your online marketing. So you got to change it if you're not doing it yet. Number three, understand that 95% of purchasing decisions that as humans we make are made emotionally. They're based on emotion, and then we justify those decisions through logic. And this data is scientifically proven through a study of a Harvard Business School professor, Gerald Zeltman, who wrote a book, How Customers Think, Essential Insights into the Mind of the Market. A lot of decisions that we make are subconscious, and 95% of all purchase decision making really takes place due to the emotional connection that we have not only with the brand or with the business that we want to buy from, but to whatever is happening in our internal life. And of course, the needs that we have, the challenges that we have, and the goals that we have. So, what are the key emotional, let's just call triggers that move us as human beings to make purchasing decisions? Definitely pain points and frustrations. As human beings, we're not really liking a lot of change. We resist change. So usually we will live with minor pains and certain frustrations because the cost, imaginary even cost for us of changing is greater than just living with whatever uncomfortable things we have going on. However, once that pain or frustration becomes really acute and really bothers us and we can't live with it anymore, then we're more likely to seek solution and potentially go out there in the market and invest our money to make it go away. Also, what moves us is, of course, our aspirations and desires. We all dream, we all want better futures for ourselves. So, if we believe that there's something out there that will help us, we will go and invest in it. Other emotions that trigger us for purchase and move is fear of missing out. So that's how trends work. If there is a trend for something and a lot of people start buying it and adopting it, that fear of missing out and us wanting it too is a great motivator and need for belonging, which goes in tandem with fear of missing out. If we're part of the group or our friends are already purchase something or invest in something or have something, we might feel like we don't belong if we don't have it. And that is sometimes motivators for people to buy as well. So understanding your ideal client, knowing what moves them, knowing how they make decisions, it's an important part of your sales strategy. It's an important part of you being able to help them. Number 4, don't fear objections. Don't think that if the client has an objections, that automatically means they don't want to buy from you. It's actually the opposite. Objections are good because all they are is just unanswered questions. If a potential client in front of you really didn't want what you offer, they would not have any questions. They would just say, no, thank you. I'm going to go. But when they have questions or they're not sure, that means they're considering purchasing your service, purchasing whatever you have offer, and they might just need more information. There's something that's not answered on your side. Maybe because you didn't give them enough information and they're not fully yet understanding how you can help them from getting where they are now to where they want to be. Or maybe they misinterpreted something you said, and that is holding them back from making final decisions. And unless you ask questions or unless they tell you, they will hold on and not purchase from you. And then, of course, depending on the types of services you offer and deliver, The higher the price of service and the more involvement on the client side, the longer it takes them to make a decision, the more information they need. So, objections are actually a good sign. They're just questions that need to be answered. The fifth thing you need to know, and it's indispensable for you to be able to scale, is to understanding your sales cycle. And with that understanding, of course, how your clients make decisions. You need to become, as the CEO of your business, a student, a scientist of your business. A lot of what we do in business, it's very science-like. It's logical, is repetitive, and we can understand it. Sales cycle is one of those things. Let's just talk a little bit on how long it can take your potential client to make a decision based on also what you sell, right? So if your offer, your services are considered like one of those moderate purchases, when it's a mid-range item, so pricing around what clothing costs, your books, your cosmetics, so maybe you're a hairstylist or a haircut, or you offer massage therapy or lower ticket items, then people, when they decide what service providers to go for, they will compare a few options, but usually they don't overanalyze it. An average decision time could take 5 to 30 minutes, maybe longer if they're just starting and they don't know anybody in your range or in your area, maybe a couple of days. So important thing is to understand that, because that means you need to convey a lot of information to your ideal client in a very short time at a medium where they find you, right? So whether it's your website, whether it's your Google profile, whether it's online, you need the most important information to be there to help the client make a decision in that short span of the time. Now, if your purchases is of a higher cost, then it's or a very important thing for the person, meaning higher cost, if they were to lose that money, the client will think twice. Or if it's an important item, let's say in terms of an example or it's an important service. So let's say maybe not a quick haircut, but you're serving women and you're doing transformation. They're changing the color, they're changing the style. So the way they look will completely change. This is now not just about money spent, but about how they feel about themselves, how they look. It's very important, right? That decision will take a client a little bit longer. That could take a few days to maybe even a few weeks. They will do more research, reviews, they will compare prices, they will take their time. So again, it's your job to within that time give them all the information and answer any of their questions and prove that you're the best solution for them. And then if you're into the market of more higher end services, major investments, things that also include more involvement from the client side, maybe you're into real estate, right? Buying homes, or you're into coaching like myself and consulting, or whatever other high-end services. When it's a major investment and also requires a lot of involvement on the client side, then the client takes much longer. They do more extensive research. Might want to meet you one-on-one, get a feel of who you are. They might need some financial planning. They might need to think budgets. And then here, an average decision time can take weeks, 2 months, sometimes even a year or more, especially if you're in business to business services. And now you're dealing with fiscal year and multiple decision makers. You understanding that will allow you to create a sales process that is compatible with your client's decision making in that cycle. It will allow you to create touch points that are most likely to be of service to the client, to give the clients information they need in order to move to the next stage of the decision making. The sixth thing you must know about sales and integrate it as you're creating your sales process, as you're really thinking through how you convert potential clients to paying clients, clients that stay and refer and come back, is that the predominant feeling that the client needs in order to buy from you is safety. Your client needs to feel safe, and therefore they need to trust you that when they give you their hard earned money, they will get what they wanted and maybe more, that they will get the results you're promising them that they desire, that you will help them overcome that challenge way better, way faster, in a better way than if they were trying to do that on their own. So, how do you build that safety? How do you convey that your potential clients can trust you? First of all, you need to be credible, right? So that your knowledge, being an authority in your market, delivering great service, so showcasing other clients you've helped create that credibility. Second thing, you need to be reliable. So you need to do what you say you would do at the time you said you would do it. And that starts with simple things. Sometimes we think that being reliable is delivering a service once clients purchase. But it doesn't start there. Being reliable might mean that if you had a quick chat with the client and you told them that you would follow up on them on send them something, let's say the next day, you actually follow through and send it to them not next day, not next week. All that little things that you commit to, that you say, can build trust in your clients if you're reliable and you follow through, or actually take away from the bank of trust if you say one thing and do something else. The third part to building trust is authenticity. So, truly being genuine, being yourself and of service to the client, and then combine all that and lead with value. And leading with value is all about putting clients' needs first, really focusing on them, understanding them, not just talking about you in a sense, how great you are and how you can help everybody, but connecting what you do to the needs of the individual clients in front of you that is going through the sales process with you. Number 7, adopting the philosophy of your selling at every touch point. That's a concept that I teach my clients. And that means that your selling doesn't end with a potential client deciding to work with you and paying your invoice. It's just the start. Your selling continues in the way you onboard the client. Think about your client as a very excited new student or new employee. When they paid you, they had high hopes and they really are really excited that finally they made a decision to go after their dreams, to get rid of that pain or challenge that they have, and they are full of hopes you can help them. And you need to be able to capitalize on that high energy in the way you onboard them. I don't know how many times I've invested my money into different types of services, and sometimes the service provider took forever to onboard me. So I paid the invoice and then I waited and waited. And my excitement went from here to there to disappointment, and then to worry about will they be able to help me because I haven't heard from them for a week. That's not the experience you want for their clients. So when you think about, oh, I'm still selling to them, that keeps you motivated and on point to keep elevating the client experience so it doesn't go from high to low, but it's just going up and the client's just delighted more and more, which then confirms their decision of purchasing from you. So then from onboarding, it's in your delivery, service delivery. As you're delivering the service, you're still selling the client on the fact that they made the right decision, which then helps them to come back, to leave a testimonial, to refer their friends and their network to you. So post delivery is equally important. I will give you an example of My husband, we recently switched chiropractors. Our chiropractor that we were with moved away way too far for us to follow her. So we had to find a different practitioner. We found a practitioner close by, and I have to say, their customer journey is impeccable. You can see that they took it really seriously. They mapped it out like a true CEO, not just a service provider, where not only how they onboard you or how they treat you, but also follow through after is great. My husband receives little video messages from his chiropractor after certain appointments to check on him, to give him some feedback, and so on. He hasn't even finished his treatment. He already got a little gift. Every time he comes, he's even more excited about working with his new practitioners. That is the level of service you want to deliver, because guess what? Everywhere we go and there's a conversation about health and prevention and so on, we're raving about our chiropractor. Belief number 8, follow up is not you bugging clients, but it's you showing them that you care. It's you taking time to keep building the relationship, and it's part of building the relationship. If you think about business, it's all about relationships. As service providers, we usually work with our clients for an extended period of time or on a regular basis. Without building a relationship with your clients, there is no loyalty. And in the beginning, when they're still considering whether to work with you or somebody else, follow up is your opportunity to actually build that relationships and have touch points with them. Because let's be real, the best friendship doesn't happen with one coffee meeting, right? It happens over time with multiple touch points. And it's the same with building strong relationships with your clients. Not only majority of sales and majority of clients are in the follow-up, but also the follow-up allows you to show that you're reliable. That if you told the client, okay, I check in with you in a couple of weeks, and you do that, that not only reminds them about you, but automatically puts in their brain, oh, that person is reliable. They said they would check in, they're checking in. It shows them you don't forget. You actually care them as an individual person, that they're not just a number or another deal for you. It also shows that you think about them, that you're available for them because you take time to touch base with them. Number 9, there is no scaling without you having an established and thought through sales process where it's not just I'm winging it or I'm making it up as I go, and every time with every client is different, but I have a sales process documented and on thought through. I know every touch point, not only what I'm supposed to do, but why am I doing it and how it benefits to the client. And also, I have a client journey mapped out. So not just in the beginning a sales process, but after the client purchases their whole journey with me, just like the chiropractor I told you about in the previous point. With that, I understand how my ideal clients are finding me because I'm taking intentional steps to attract them through marketing. I understand my conversion rate, so how many of those who are interested are turning into ideal clients, and I understand why that's happening, what can I do to increase it, and how can I improve my onboarding processes on point, streamlined, and really tested out. The referrals, the testimonials, the service delivery, it's all intentional, thought through, streamlined, and optimized, because without it, there is no scaling. Without it, you cannot go to 7, 8, and 9 figures in your business. And number 10, enjoy selling. Get to love sales. As long as you will be in business, you will be selling. Even if you hire a team and you will have a sales team or a marketing team that will help you with that, As the leader, you will be the one who will need to motivate them, help them thrive. How can you do that when you tell yourself you hate what your team is doing? And how can you even build relationships with the clients if you hate the initial stages of building that relationship? It's like wanting to get married or wanting to have a serious partner, but then hating dating. You can't create a serious relationship if you're not willing and have fun during the initial stages and date. So get to love sales and have fun with it, understanding your client's psychology of selling and having processes. And that's how you get to love that. Now, before we finish, I would like to challenge you to look at the 10 points I would talked about today and pick 1, 2, 3 areas where you think you need to improve in your business right now, because those might be the areas that are actually preventing you from taking your business to the next level. And if you need help with it, I'm happy to do that. In my top CEO winning strategy and continuous success formula, this is where I work with my clients to establish a proper sales process, proper customer journey, so they are ready to scale with everything we talked about today. All you need to do is schedule a first complimentary consultation with me. I will share a link to my calendar in the show notes. Have a fantastic week and talk to you next week. Bye.